peachy cream king, and you know you're going to get mad from time to time, right? So,
Right.
you're going to stick and stay because that's what this is about.
Right.
I said, damn. I said, them some good ass questions, and I wish when I was getting marriage counseling, they would have asked the same thing, or asked Tasha that too.
Right.
But they end up finding that they were for each other, you know.
Well, that's what's important. See, what happens is people, as far as couples are concerned, that are potential couples or think they're potential couples and they want to become couples,
Right.
they don't have enough intel. They don't have enough information on each other to make an informed decision or an intelligible decision. And what they do, they become attracted to the opposite sex. He likes the way her boobs are, but he hasn't seen them yet. He likes the way her waist is curved. He likes her hips. He can see how thick her legs are. Her lips are full. She has pretty eyes. She has a nice length of hair, or the way her hair is positioned or placed or cut. He likes that. So he falls in love with her physical attributes and doesn't fall in love with her internal, spiritual, mental attributes. And the reason why he doesn't fall in love with that, because he doesn't spend enough time with her in a platonic position. See, what happens is when we don't spend time in a platonic position where we can appreciate each other, as opposed to saying it and not meaning it, we do not get the whole picture. We don't get the whole person. We don't get the spiritual, the mental, the physical, the spiritual, the psychological, the social, the mental. We don't get the whole person. Only thing we get is the physical. Because we want what we see. And along with that, because we only go with that, we go on that, meaning that that's what we use to base our decision. And once we base our decision and make a final decision, that person who no, I'm a man, so that person, in terms of who she was, she is, and will be throughout the relationship. That's why you have to do your due diligence, like you just said. And we're not going to mention any names no more. Just like you said, don't mention any names. Just like you said, had you had that kind of guidance, direction prior to your commitment, you would have known at that point in time how to move. And you would have known if this is somebody that will stick and stay.
Right.
So, you have to know the whole person. If you don't know the whole person, you don't know the person.
Right.
Remember, in my videos, I don't know if you've seen any of my videos, but I talk about appreciation, I talk about responsibility. And then even in my videos when I used to do Facebook, I talked about the self-awareness stage. I talked about the premarital stage, the marital stage, and the postmarital stage. With all that being said, how are you going to accept someone for who she is when you don't know who she is?
You're right.
How are you going to accept someone if you don't know them? You got to know the whole person before you make a final commitment. Because if you don't, you will regret why you made that final decision.
You ain't never lied, boy.
So that's why it's good to play checkers. It's good to play cards. It's good to go somewhere and do some paintballing. Enjoy the person that you're with. Be a friend to that person. When you befriend someone, be a friend to someone. When you befriend someone, be a friend to that one. That way you can find out what's going on with you, and she can find out what's going on with you, and you can find out what's going on with her.
That's true, man, because if you're a friend, she'll reveal stuff to you that flat out, we going in real fast boyfriend would never know.
Let me tell you, when I first dealt with a young lady, I'm not gonna mention any names. When I first dealt with a young lady, I did it from a platonic point of view, and I just knew this person would accept me for me, and I just knew it wouldn't be based on physical characteristics that are related to intimacy from a physical point of view, from going in, if you get what I'm saying.
Right.
So I did that, but I did not know the whole person. I found out about the whole person once I made the final commitment. Once I made the final commitment, that's when I got to know a person. So I say that to say this. They do say date or engage short, marry long. The bottom line is get to know the person first. Get to know the person first. Once you get to know the person first, then you engage short. Then you will marry long. But you have to get to know the person first. And the way you get to know the person first, after you have done your due diligence with your physical, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, your social, your let me see, physical, emotional, mental, social, spiritual. Those 5 components of health. Once you have done your due diligence as far as personal inventory is concerned, dealing with those 5 components of health for yourself, once you've done that, and that's something that you do on a daily basis, but once you have a clear cut, rooted foundation with that, financial is in there too. Once you have a clear cut financial and foundational premise, that's when you can go into a premarital situation. And when I say a premarital situation, someone that you already have as a friend. She is a friend. Now you want to take it a step further. And I'm not talking about taking it a step further in terms of having sexual contact with her. I'm talking about spending more time with her because you are planning to be with this person.
Right.
And then once you you're doing your research about her and you're talking to her and you find out what she likes, what she doesn't like, and you find out what you like and what you don't like, and you figure out what she will put up with and what she will not put up with, and you know what you will put up with and what you will not put up with. One thing as a man, you know what you're not going to put up with, and that's disrespect.
Hell to the no.
Disrespect will eliminate everything. You don't move any further in that situation with that young lady. You don't.
Nope.
Because if you do, that's just like putting a gun to your head. You need that
Right.
just as much as you need a hole in the head.
Right.
So you have to do your due diligence
let me
and
have
make sure that
a large
you
strawberry.
are going up the right
Wait a
track.
minute. Wait a minute. Let me have a large strawberry banana smoothie, please.
Oh, no smoothie.
Y'all don't have? Do you got milkshake?
No, no milkshake.
Can I get a fry with those shake? With that shake?
Let me have a Coke soda then. Maybe.
Okay, and what else would you like?
That's it.
I don't want the cup. I want the bottle. I want the bottle
How much
Coke.
is it?
Just a Coke and that's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want a Coke and a smile.
This is a shame, man. That's another element.
Yo, you hear what I said? You hear what I said? I said, let me have a Coke and a smile.
Yeah, when it comes to our black restaurants, everything's so fucked up, man. They don't.
Oh, watch your mouth, man. Watch your mouth, please.
Ain't no watching my mouth. I'm telling it like it is. I've been to enough of it. It's the same shit.
Oh.
Everybody out doing this, man. Fuck.
Good morning, medium Coke.
Good morning.
Wait,
All right.
you don't have the thick can?
Wait a minute. Let me hurry up. Oh, you married?
I am.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Close I have is 25.
There you go. I'll give you
Right. How long you been married?
12 years.
Or maybe I need to come and ask you some questions about marriage and stuff.
Oh, God. There's ups and downs, trust me.
Hey, I'm a soldier to it. Sometimes the other half not.
You got to just, work on it.
Right.
Talk about it.
Okay, thank you.
You have a great day.
All right.
That's the key right there. That's the key right there.
You heard what she said?
I heard exactly what she said. She said it right there.
Move.
You know what
All right.
you know what it is?
What?
Work.
You know who that was telling me that, right?
No, who? No
A
name.
Spanish chick.
Oh, okay. Got you. But what I'm saying is, when she said work, that's it right there. No one is willing to work. You think it's going to come. You think it's going to come easy. You meet somebody, you like that person, but you want this person to be a certain way, right? So what you do is, instead of putting the work in terms of what you need to do, you put the work in and try to make the person do what he needs to do. When you don't need to do that, you need to work on yourself and let that person work on himself. And the kind of work that you're doing on yourself may be different from the kind of work that he's doing on himself. And the kind of work that you're doing on yourself that may take 2 years or 3 years or 2 months or 3 months may take longer or shorter for him. But because you say you want to be with this person and you know this person's not a toxic person, then you should be willing to put in the work. But when you're not willing to put in the work, that's when you will desert.
Right.
You will desert and you will become a deserter. It's like being AWOL from your outfit in the military. And you know why it's like being AWOL? And you know why it's called desert? Because you know you're wrong. Just like the ones that left in the military and did AWOL, they knew they were wrong and they were running. Why do you have to run if you know you're doing right?
Right.
So if you desert, you know you're wrong already because you didn't put in the work. And guess what? I was watching something earlier on YouTube. I was watching something, and this guy had this video on it. It said, "You will never be a wife in this life." I say, "Oh my goodness!" And the reason why he was saying that is because she was on talking about men, especially black men, and she was downing black men, and she called them sorry ass, whatever. Number one, if you want to be with someone, why are you going to down the person? Or if you were with someone and it didn't work out right, why are you going down the whole mankind as far as men are concerned? Why are you going down all the men because it didn't work out for you? Because you got pregnant and he did what you call bump and dump?
Pump and dump.
Pump and dump.
Yeah.
Because that happened to you, don't put it on everybody else because you weren't smart enough to run into the right one and you got the wrong one. Don't put it on everyone else. Don't do that. But it's done anyway. And then to try to get everybody else involved, she says, well, if you want to sit here and let these men control you and tell you what to do while they go off and doing all this and that and the other, then you go ahead. So now what she's trying to do is she's trying to convince other women to think the way she does. Because you know why? Because misery loves company. I don't care who you are, what you look like, what you smell like, where you go, where you don't go, who you know, who you don't know. It always comes out the same. Misery loves company. So because I cannot be satisfied, because I can't be pleased, I don't want you to be satisfied, nor do I want you to be pleased. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey Mal.
Yeah.
Everything you saying, man, in that same order, you get that from Kevin Simon, him and Dee Dee. They breaking it down for you.
Right. I'm gonna have to meet him one day.
I'm telling you, man, you gotta listen to him, Jack. You gotta listen to him, and now he got Dee Dee to go with him. Oh my God. She said, I listened to something today. She said, when she found that a lot of women, they about the money, they could care less really about a man, and they listen to their homegirls and so forth and so forth. And like you said, the homegirls is just they out of the picture. The only thing they care about a man for, most of them today, is what you can do for them. They want traditional men. What I'm saying to you is the same way they say. They want men to be traditional, but they nowhere near. They not traditional women.
Mm.
But today I was listening to something where as though she was saying how a lot of them they want a motherfucker. They rather not commit. They rather have, a lot of women rather have multiple dudes. That way they can get all they want and some. And then when they go through that, especially when they're young, here you come, they expect you to do it. All the things that those men did to keep her happy, the sex, the money, do what I say, the whole nine, right?
Right.
When you come along and you don't pull it off the same way, Now use a problem. She said that they delusional. Women are delusional. Don't know what the fuck they want. And that's true. Me and my brother was talking about this, how on a sexual tip, you got one woman saying, one woman might say, "Oh, you fuck me too long." The other one say, "You don't fuck me enough." The other one say, they just it's just an ongoing thing.
Right.
And it's like, where you try to please them, it's hard to please them. A lot of them.
Right.
And then they keep on playing this game. Keep playing this game up until their ass get old as fuck. Now they end up being by themselves. They wonder, well, I'm a beautiful woman. Why is it that, these guys keep on this, that, and the third? You did it to yourself. You've been playing the game all along, a game with yourself. But man, I'm telling you, Melvin, I listen to him every day, and I don't use it to try to bash women. It just enhances what I already know, right?
I understand what you're saying.
And off the things that they're saying, I see it.
Right, I'm gonna tell you.
It saves me to half the bullshit.
Okay. All right. So this is it. The reason why some of us act the way we do is because we're hurt.
Because we what?
We're hurt. Listen to what I'm saying. And when you're hurt, you tend to become misdirected.
Right.
And the reason why you become misdirected because you're hurt. And with that hurt, it's just like getting shot. When you get shot, the pain is so unbearable that you don't know where to place the pain. Just like you don't know how to place the pain when you get hurt like that. When you're emotionally hurt, it's hard for you to place the pain. And when you do place it, you place it on the one that's closest to you. So I say that to say this. Hurt people hurt people.
No question.
So this is how you establish who you're dealing with. You can't say everybody's been hurt the same way you've been hurt. But what you do need to do, you need to find out, has this person been hurt before? And you say you just say to the person, "Oh, are you married?" "No, I'm not married." "Are you divorced?" "No, I'm not divorced. I've never got married." "Well, why haven't you gotten married?" "Well, da 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 da." And after they tell you that, then you can find out just from conversing in conversation, you can find out where that person is hurt. And then what you don't do is sit there and hold your cards close to you when you already know her cards. So you say, "Well, I've been hurt too." And and you talk. And then you talk about the situation of you. She's talking about the situation of her. You talk about the situation about her concerning what she just told you. And she should be able to do the same with you. And you figure out, what went wrong. So that if you do move forward and pulling her in tight, so you say, so that she can stick and stay, you know not to cross that bridge. And she knows not to cross that bridge. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's funny you saying that because I was going to say something when you finished in reference to it, but you didn't already said it.
Oh, so what were you gonna say?
What I was going to say, as bad as it is,
Mm-hmm.
bad as it may be, sometimes, man, hurt people. Sometimes set themselves up for things that happen to them. And what I mean by that is not that they being gullible, is that their behavior. Like, for instance, you can't think that you're going to keep motherfucker trying to show you love and this, that. But you want to continue on doing stupid ass shit like neglecting them sex and different things like that. And then before you know it, they get vulnerable, you know, and fuck around. Here it is, they fucking somebody else. You know, they don't. It goes back to what we were saying before, not knowing what to do with your feelings when certain things come about.
Right.
But yeah, the person who did it, you know, yeah, you did it. But at the same time, what help are you to me if you're not trying to do anything? You trying to deprive me, and you supposed to be my other half. So in a sense, I guess you would say is the problem is the shit lays in both parties,
Mm-hmm.
in the hands of both parties, because you just can't do what you want to.
Right.
Not in a relationship.
Right. So you heard that song. It goes ba 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 ba. Looks like he went off. Let me see. Yeah, homeboy.
Hit the button to turn the car.
Oh.
Hey, what's going on? All right, how y'all?
Yeah. So what I was saying, you heard that song, right? Where it talks about dun 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 dun. They talk about some people like to be used, some people like to use,
Yeah.
some people like to abuse, some people like to
I
be
know
abused.
what you're talking about.
That's how it is, man.
Yeah.
You know, once you get hurt, sometimes you get hurt so much you don't mind being used, you don't mind being abused, and then the one that does all the hurting because he's getting a pat on the back, or it's being encouraged or condoned, or no one's saying anything about it, he's going to continue to use you. He's going to continue to abuse you because he see you like it. And you're going to continue on being used and abused because it's being liked.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, I'm not saying it's everyone, but I'm saying that it exists. I can't speak for you, but I can speak for me, and I can speak for people that I know that have been in that situation.
Well, no. Why I'm saying I can't say that because, you know, it's not one. It takes two.
Oh yeah, it takes two, yeah. But if you're using somebody and that person allows you to use them, then you can't say that they don't like to be used. Because if you're gonna keep on with it, then you have to like it. Why keep with it if you don't like it? If you don't like it, get out of it. So you must like it, or something wrong with you.
I'd say in some cases, depending on what it is, that is just that the person love you. It could be a marriage situation, and depending on what it is, because it's different levels. You know what I'm saying? Where you can really pinpoint and say, yeah, this motherfucker trying to use me or whatever. And then there's other situations where you can't really call it.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, brother. Just listen. Let me tell you something. A spade is a spade. A bird is a bird. A duck is a duck. If it quacks, if it swims on top of the water, If the duck's face in the water and it can't fly and it quacks, it's a duck. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say something to you, brothers and sisters, boys and girls. Mr., Miss, Ms., and Mrs. A duck is a duck. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, you know what it is, and you know what it isn't. But don't do this, knowing what it is and act like it isn't what it is and say it isn't, because it is a duck. And you better give up, because if you don't, then you're going to keep on going for the okie doke, if that's what you want. Starting out at the very beginning, platonic is the way to go. Don't talk right and wind up with ebonics. Well, that's my time. I enjoyed myself with you. Just having a conversation with my homeboy. We do that every now and then. But until next time, may you be blessed. May the good Lord keep you. And may heaven smile graciously upon you. Bye for now.